The dream of the Order has dissipated, yet there are still those who will not give up on their original intent. The traveler whose wings were clipped. Where to shall his footsteps lead? Sunday is a 5-star imaginary element character that specializes in buffing up an ally, as well as advancing their actions with their summons. When entering battles with Sunday's technique, he will grant a 2-turn 50% damage boost to the first ally he uses any of his abilities on. Using his skill on an ally would make them immediately take action and grant them a 2-turn 30% damage boost. Additionally, the targeted ally would be granted a 3-turn 20% critical rate increase through his talent. Lastly, it cleanses 1 debuff through his A6 trace. If certain conditions are met, Sunday's skill would have additional effects. If the targeted ally has a summon, it would immediately take action as well. The damage increase buff would go from 30% to 80%. The summoner takes priority and would always act before the summon. Just from these conditional effects, it is easy to see that Sunday leans more towards supporting characters that have a summon. If the skill is used on the Beatified, Sunday recovers 1 skill point. This means that as long as Sunday keeps using his skill on the Beatified, he is SP neutral. Quick reference, the target of Sunday's ultimate will enter the Beatified state. Unfortunately, Sunday cannot advance Harmony characters with his skill, but the damage increase, critical rate increase, and debuff cleanse still apply. Pairing Robin with Bronya to start Robin's Concerto state early is a very popular strategy. Ironically, Sunday's skill restriction prevents him from having the same synergy with his own sister. Starting Concerto state early is still possible with a Sunday and Robin pairing, but you'll have to resort to other methods such as using characters or light cones that give extra energy or utilize follow-up attacks to quickly fill Robin's energy through her talent. Sunday's ultimate regenerates the target ally's max energy by 20%. If the energy regenerated is less than 40, Sunday's A2 trace will convert it to a fixed 40 energy. As mentioned earlier, the targeted ally will enter the Beatified state. The Beatified has their critical damage increased by 12% and an extra 30% of Sunday's critical damage stat. The Beatified state lasts for 3 turns, and the duration only decreases at the start of Sunday's turn. This detail is extremely important because a very common mistake when using Sunday is to use his ultimate as soon as it is available. To make Sunday truly SP neutral, you should always wait for his turn before using his ultimate. This guarantees that his skill would always trigger its SP recovery effect, because the target would always be in the Beatified state. Sunday's A4 trace grants him 25 extra energy at the start of battle. Considering his energy cap is 130, he will start at 90 energy on content that allows characters to start at 50% energy. Nowadays, it is extremely important for supports to get their ultimate at the start of the fight, or at least right after they take their first action. For Sunday, he would need an energy regeneration rope, an energy planner set, and an extra 10% energy regen. For example, by equipping Vonwak, Penacony, or Lushaka planner set, an energy regeneration rope, and a rank 1 battle isn't over LC, Sunday can get his ultimate after using his skill. However, with just a total of 34.4% energy regeneration, he can only cycle his ultimate after 4 turns. To get a 3-turn ultimate rotation, Sunday would need at least a rank 3 battle isn't over LC. But speaking of light cones, it is highly recommended to get his signature, a Grounded Ascent. It will allow Sunday to get his ultimate after his first turn, as well as guarantee a 3-turn ultimate rotation. On top of that, it provides a 3-turn 15% damage increase that can stack up to 3 times for a grand total of 45% damage increase. Most importantly, it turns Sunday into an SP positive support, because he will recover 1 skill point every 2 instances of skill or ultimate used. The SP recovery will trigger with any mix, whether it's skill plus skill or skill plus ultimate. As mentioned earlier, there is a trick to making Sunday a true SP neutral character. As long as you do not compromise this playstyle, he will grant an extra 2 SP every 3 turns. Technically, Sunday with his signature can generate 0.67 SP per turn, which is already superior to Sparkle's 0.33 SP per turn. Do remember that this is Sunday with his signature, and we are not taking into account Sparkle's extra 3 SP at the start of battle through her technique. In short, this is not meant to be taken as an end-all-be-all comparison. Now let's talk about Sunday's relics and planar sets. We already talked about his planar sets, and ideally, it should be any of the energy planar sets if you are planning to use Bronya's signature on him. For those who are pulling for Sunday's signature, however, he is also free to use Ageless or Broken Keel. For the relic set, the Sacerdo's Relived Ordeal set is basically made with Sunday's kit taken into account, but alternatives could be the Messenger or Watchmaker set. The Eagle set can be an option too, as long as you know what you are doing. Aim for a critical damage body, speed boots, energy regeneration rope, and extra survivability on the sphere like HP or defense. Sunday's most common playstyle is to use the -1 speed setup with the carry, where you'd want him to be 1 speed slower than the carry, so the carry could act a total of 2 times per rotation. For example, having the carry at 135 speed and Sunday at 134 speed is the standard. This can be higher, but remember that sometimes it is not worth sacrificing too many offensive stats on the carry just to get more speed. For those who wanted to learn how to use Sunday, that's pretty much it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Stick around if you do want to learn more. Sunday's team is very easy to set up. Despite the common belief that Sunday is tailored towards summoners, he can work with any type of carry. Even carries like Acheron and Fei Xiao, who cannot take advantage of Sunday's energy regen. That means the team could be Sunday himself, the carry, another support, and the sustain. The other support can also be replaced with a sub-damage dealer with supportive capabilities like Topaz, Hunt March, Moze, and Jade depending on who the carry is. Obviously, the biggest winners with Sunday's introduction are our currently available summoners, Jingyuan, Topaz, and Lingsha. In the future, it will be Remembrance characters with their memo sprites. Double advanced forward setups now have more variety. Before, it was just Sparkle and Bronya, but now we can do Sparkle Sunday and Sunday Bronya. Sparkle Sunday is good when setting up very fast supports. For example, 161 speed Sparkle with 160 speed Sunday would work well with a 0 speed carry. 135 speed Sunday and 134 speed Bronya would work well with a 136 speed carry. If the carry is a summoner, ideally, you should use Bronya's skill on Sunday so Sunday can push the carry and their summon again. When pairing Sunday with Robin, it can be tricky to get Robin's ultimate early into the fight. Some easy fix to this problem is to use Ruin May's signature light cone, or use a follow-up attack team to generate enough energy through Robin's talent. If both options are unavailable, getting a 180 speed Robin equipped with the Von Wack planner set should work too. Last resorts are to use Sunday's first ultimate on Robin, or do a no-sustain setup with Tingyun. Special synergy mention would be with Jade. Remember that Sunday's technique allows him to provide a 50% damage buff on the first target of his abilities. Even though it only lasts for 2 turns, this can be massive for someone like Jade, who doesn't particularly need to take a lot of turns and can be built without any speed. Not to mention, Sunday's skill can provide a couple of extra boosts too. Same concept might apply to both Moze and Topaz, but needs further testing. Sunday's first Eidolon allows the target of his skill to ignore 16% of enemy defense for 2 turns. If the target has a summon, their summon can ignore 40% of enemy defense. If there are no other sources of defense shred, 16% defense ignore provides 9.15% overall damage increase, while 40% defense ignore provides 26.51% damage increase. Sunday's second Eidolon allows himself to recover 2 skill points after using his ultimate for the first time. Additionally, the damage percent increase from his skill would go from 30% to 60%. If the target is a summoner, that means it goes from 80% to 110%. Sunday's fourth Eidolon allows himself to regenerate 8 energy whenever his turn starts. This, combined with his signature at rank 5, will allow a 2-turn ultimate rotation, as long as he is equipped with an energy planner set and an energy regeneration rope. It also allows Sunday to have a 3-turn ultimate rotation with any Harmony light cones. Most notably, he would be able to fully utilize Sparkle's light cone with just a 1-turn downtime. Sunday's final Eidolon allows the 20% critical rate buff of his talent to stack up to 3 times, increase the duration by 1 turn, and can now be applied by his ultimate. If the buffed ally exceeds 100% critical rate, every 1% excess will be converted into 2% critical damage. This means that no matter what, his talent now provides a whopping 120 critical value. Overall, Sunday is the most stacked Harmony to date. Should you try to pull Sunday if you get the chance? Yes. I've always said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Harmony is the best path in HSR. Ideally, no one should be skipping any limited Harmony character. People might argue that Robin is still the best Harmony character, but honestly, as someone who always tries to push everything to the limits, Robin's performance can be misleading due to zero-cycle videos. It is either you babysit her with a character focused on giving her energy, or you have to make sure you are technically extending her concerto state by having it carry over to the next wave. Outside of this, the casual Robin experience is to see her ending concerto state and struggling to re-enter it. This is not the case for Sunday. On top of his amazing support, Sunday is very consistent. He is also future-proof, considering we are about to enter the summon meta in version 3.0, where Remembrance characters specializing in summons are going to get introduced. If you chose to pull for Sunday, I highly suggest getting his signature light cone. He is a totally different character with and without it. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.